Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me for our second SatrixNOW platform education series, where we aim to really, show you around the platform, what it's all about, as well as how to do functions like buying, selling, depositing, withdrawing. And I think the most important thing for clients who's migrated recently to the SatrixNOW platform, how to get into the platform and start working with the online platform. So obviously SatrixNOW is the online platform where we've taken away all the sort of manual documentation and processes to equip each and every SatrixNOW client to be able to do all of the functions, buying and selling themselves. So I'm just going to share my screen here. I think first things first, you will find SatrixNOW on, if you Google it or use Internet Explorer, you will go to SatrixNOW.co.za and you'll be presented with this page here. So on this page, you will see quite a lot of stuff that you can go through. We have aimed to make it as easy as possible to navigate and to get to our products as quickly as possible, as clear as possible. It's very crisp, very clean, and we don't bamboozle with a lot of jargon. When you're on this page, you'll obviously see your products. So here you'll find all of the Satrix Top 40 ETF, the Unit Trust, Satrix Divi. And this page here, you can go and look at all the products that Satrix has to offer. And you will see all the minimum disclosure documents for each of them. If you go into, let's say, the Satrix Fini, it will give you quite a bit more information. Now, I think the more important thing is, how do I actually get into the platform and how do I start seeing where my investments are? How are they doing? So first of all, you would have received an email from Satrix that provides you with your username. So the username in your email, what you will do effectively is you're going to pop in that username in the login bar over here. But I forgot my password, or I don't have a password. If you are recently migrated, your old password's not going to work, so you need to reset your password. What we're going to do is we're just going to click here, and I'm going to put in my username that I have received via email, and I'm going to request a new OTP. So the OTP function gives you the access to just confirm that this is indeed you. Hold on 1 second. While I wait for my SMS, you will receive an SMS with a code. I'm just waiting for my SMS real quickly. Once that comes through, okay, you'll be able to reset your passwords. Here we go. So you just pop in your code that you receive into the OTP blocks, and the system will ask you to reset your password, and you can choose any password of your liking. Once you've done that, you'll be in the platform, and this is what you'll be presented with first. So we have brought your major functions to the front so that you can actually see where you want to go. next. So let's just start with the account overview. Oh, if you do log in for the first time, you're going to be asked for a couple of personal information, and just to check that all your information is correct. So over here, you will see your little profile icon. You'll go to my profile. All of the information down here is obviously completed, so you can just confirm that all of this information is correct. You can go to your address, see that your address information is captured, and then you will also see the KYC fields. So the KYC fields are very important. Without the KYC fields, your FICA verification will not go through. So you need to provide us with your source of income, your account funds, your current earning status, and your income band. Once all of that information has been entered into the platform, if you are a first-time login user, what we're going to do is just going to log out, log back in, and that will force the system to FICA you. All right. So now that you are here, you'll see your SatrixNOW account over here, your funds to invest. Funds to invest effectively is free cash. On the with the previous administrator, you would have seen your funds to invest were cash, your cash fund. So this is your wallet. So when you deposit funds into the account, this is where your money is going to lay. And from here, you will then start buying the ETFs or the unit trusts that you want. So that is my free cash. Then on the tax-free savings account, you will see that you are automatically allocated with a tax-free savings account as well. So you use the ribbon over here to jump between your normal account and then your tax-free savings account. Tax-free savings account, obviously, you can invest 36,000 Rand per year and up to 500,000 Rand that you have for a lifetime limit that you can invest into the tax-free savings account. So let's just look at the SatrixNOW account. What we're going to want to do is first we want to say, I want to have a look at my account overview. So the account overview provides you with really great insights into what your funds are invested in, how your funds are spread. It will give you your total ZAR account value. It will also give you your movement. So this looks at the portfolio as a whole, and then obviously your profit and loss for the that's consolidated, but for the different ETFs. So I've invested in ETFs, I've invested in unit trusts, and then I've got some free cash in the account as well. Total profit or loss. So this gives you your total profit and loss on your current holdings. You will also see what sort of brokerage and costs you have paid since inception, and then you'll have your accrued expenses and your accrued income. Interest, you earn interest on any free cash that is in the account. We accrue that over the month, and then we pay it out on the first of every month. So you will see your accrued income here. Now, what we want to see is our holdings, right? So we want to see what we invested in, how much we invested, how many shares or units do we hold, as well as the performance. So when you go to your account overview, you will have these three tabs here. You'll have your holdings, your pending instructions, and your view transactions. Under holdings, this is where you will see all of the ETFs and unit trusts that you actually own. You can change the view. So I quite like this view here. So what I want to do is I can see that my purchase value was R9.95. My current value is R9.81. And the current price of the ETF that you would purchase is R5.51. Okay. So this is your account overview. And this is where you'll see all of your holdings, and this is where you will This is where you have got a nice bird's eye view of what is happening. This is your account number. Previous iOS clients have a iOS client number, but when we migrated you to the SatrixNOW platform, you were effectively provided with a new account number. So this is your account number for your ZAR account. This is your account number specific to you, and this is the account number specific to the trust account. So this is the ZAR account. So you'll see 47262, and then in the tax-free savings account, you will see that it differs slightly over here. Okay, so just take a special note when making deposits or when communicating with us that this account number here is quite important because it guides us to where we need to look exactly for assistance. Now, you'll see also if I go and I go click back on the Satrix logo there, I want to have a look at my statements and my tax certificates. So I click there. Here's my tax certificates. I don't have any. And here's my statements. So I can have a look at my SatrixNOW. And I can have a look at my tax-free savings. This is where you will then be able to download your statements and tax certificates directly on the platform. Just downloading the latest one here. So opening that, this is what your statement looks like. Okay. If you are looking at any sort of specific transaction that you've maybe done, what you can do is again go to account overview, and you can go to view transactions, and this is your recent transaction history. So here you will see what you are doing, or what you have been doing on the SatrixNOW platform. Okay. I want to go and just go back to the main page here. So let's buy our first ETF. Or let's start by how do we get funds into SatrixNOW. I want to go to menu. So this is quite a very nifty, handy part of the platform where there's a whole bunch of actions that you can do. So you will see your account overview, new listings overview, invest now. So this is where we're going to go to look at all the products that's available on the platform. And then also you've got your recurring investments, sell, new listings, pending instructions, switch unit trusts, and deposits. So this is where I first want to stop just before we go into the investment side of things. To get funds into the SatrixNOW account, quite simple. You've got three options. You can do it via EFT. EFT option, there's no cost associated to that. You've got a credit card deposit that you can do. Please note that if you do use a credit card or SID options, there are costs. So if you want to see what it's going to cost you, you can say, great, I want to put in 1,000 Rand using my credit card. And this is then upfront will tell you how much it's going to cost you. So the transaction, the fixed charge is 1.60 Rand, and then the transaction percentage charge is 23 Rand. So your total value would actually be 1,024 Rand. Okay. So just keep in mind that EFT is the most cost-effective way of getting funds into the account. And all you do basically is you set up a beneficiary, SatrixNOW, with your reference number. And this is extremely important because if we do get approved, or if we get a payment in that just says Satrix investment, we won't know where that money is supposed to go to. And that means you have to get in touch with our client services team, who in turn will then assist to have the funds allocated for you. So we've made it quite simple. You can copy the information, copy all of this, paste it into your banking, whether you bank with ABSA, FNB. So we bank with all the major banks, FNB, Standard Bank, Nedbank, Investec, Capitec. So you can then obviously go to Standard Bank and use all our Standard Bank information. But copy it, paste it, simple enough. once it's in the account, we will allocate it automatically and your funds will show up under funds to invest. Okay. You are then also going to tax-free savings account. And if you want to deposit funds into the tax-free savings account, you'll be able to use the tax-free savings account reference number here. Okay. Quite nifty if you're looking at your annual contribution limit. So this is just for SatrixNOW. So this excludes any other tax-free savings that you have for, remember, you are only allowed 36,000 Rand per year. Whether it's with SatrixNOW or with any other provider, please make sure that you do not exceed that limit because there is quite hefty penalties. So for the platform here, I've got a remainder of 35,990 Rand. I've already contributed $10 to this account. So just make sure that you do not exceed it. So you've got a nice little reminder here, and so you know exactly how much you still have to invest. Okay. So that's it for getting money into the account. Now, let's say, for instance, you accidentally deposited money into your ZAR account, into your normal SatrixNOW account, but it actually had to go to the TFSA account. We've got this nice little functionality here of inter-account transfers. And what you can do here is you can transfer from your SatrixNOW account to the tax-free savings account. Again, you will see your little note come up here to say what your limit is still, or how much you can still contribute. And then you can just put in the amount and do an inter-account transfer. So that's quite nice. On minor accounts, though, it's not available just yet. So pop us an email and one of the client services agents will be more than happy to help you facilitate that inter-account transfer from the ZAR account to the TFSA for minors. Okay. Cool. So let's have a quick look. So let's say I want to make a withdrawal. So this is quite easy as well. When we want to withdraw, we have to make sure that obviously we have withdrawable funds here. And I'll go through the withdrawal process when we get back to the products itself. So let's go and invest now. So let's go get to the exciting part of the platform. When you click on Invest Now, you will be presented with this screen. This screen over here, here's where you then will be able to choose between the access range, ETFs, and unit trusts. Okay. So let's just say you're not 100% sure what you want to invest in yet, but you know that you want to get going and you want to get started with your investing journey. The access range is a really nice place to start. These are our biggest funds. They are our flagship funds. So you've got the Satrix Top 40, you've got the MSCI World, and these are your two ETFs. This is the Satrix Balanced Unit Trust, and then we've got the Satrix Money Market. So if you are in doubt at all of where to start investing, start with the access range. It gives you really nice diversification as well. If we want to look at all the ETFs available on the platform, these are the ETFs. So you'll see the Satrix 40, the Indy, Divi, Finny. We've got some of the new family members here. There's the MSCI ESG Enhanced. And we've also got the MSCI World ESG Enhanced here, Satrix MSCI Emerging Markets. So these are all of the ETFs on the platform that you can invest in. So if I want to, let's just say, for instance, I want to invest in the Satrix S&P 500. I'll just click on the logo. Okay, so I'll just go back, go to ETFs. I want to look at the S&P 500. You click on the logo, and you will be presented with this screen. So this screen gives you, again, all of the information that you require to make your decision on whether or not you want to invest into this product. And if we look at the minimum disclosure document, you can open up the fact sheet. So here's your fact sheet, and you will see all of the information around the S&P 500 ETF. Okay. If you want to look at the fund information, over here you will see more information around the fund performance-wise. You can say, I want to look at a year's performance. So it really does give you a nice indication of the complete picture of the investment that you want to look at. Okay. Effective annual cost. So if you want to calculate what your fees are going to be, you can just put in. So let's say I want to put in a lump sum, and I have 2,000 Rand that I want to invest. Calculate that. It will give you a nice idea around what your investment management fees are over a certain period of time as well. So I had zero advice fee, your administration, and then you've got all the other effective costs over a longer period of time as well. Okay, so really nice, and you know exactly what you're going to pay, what the costs are, and this is upfront before you even do the investment. And you know, it just speaks to the you know, to the clarity around what you're going to be paying. So let's say, oh, that's in tax-free savings. So I want to go to my normal account, go to ETFs. I want to invest in the Satrix S&P 500. So now I've just made my decision. Here you will see what you'll be buying the ETF at. Okay, so now it's quite important that you remember that the SatrixNOW platform offers you 15-minute delayed prices. The reason for this is there is a cost associated to viewing the live price. To keep fees as low as possible, you will be seeing a 15-minute delayed price. But as soon as you execute it, we execute it on the live underlying price. So you will sometimes see there might be a little bit of a small, tiny price difference. But we offer it like this specifically to save you on that live price. That's a monthly fee. So what we want to do is I want to say, cool, I am going to start investing, and I have, what's that, 4 Rand. I want to put 2 Rand towards this product. Now, the reason that I can put 2 Rand towards this product and not have to wait until I have the full purchase value of 56 Rand 79 is we offer fractional share ownership. Fractional share ownership is a way of not excluding anyone from the stock market, which can sometimes let people, you know, people won't invest. So let's just say this ETF cost 100 Rand. Many people will be like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to wait until I have $100. But with fractional share ownership, we allow you to effectively buy whatever value you can afford. And as Satrix holds the full ETF, a nice little example that I like to use. So let's just say this is the full ETF, and I buy 50%, and Ntombi over here, she gets the other 50%. Whatever the growth is on the full ETF just gets divided by 2. Whatever distributions happens on this just gets divided as well. So we are not excluding anyone from starting to invest in ETFs. Okay, so I'm going to do my $2. I'm going to say I want the once off. And even before I confirm this investment, again, it gives me all of the fees, it gives me a breakdown, and then I can go and invest now. All right. So that's it. That's how you purchase your ETFs on the platform. Quite simple, straightforward. So that is purchasing a ETF. So let's say I want to now set up a recurring investment or a debit order. Just a little, so I want to go to recurring. So I want to look at my recurring investments. I see, oh, I already have a little recurring investment set up into the SatrixNOW world for 20 Rand monthly. It's a debit order directly from my bank account. And then as soon as that money hits my account, the investment will happen automatically. So that's just your recurring investment. But how to set up a recurring investment? If you go to Invest Now, I want to set up a recurring investment into the Satrix Top 40. I'm going to put in an amount of 20 bucks and I'm going to click recurring. Okay. So under recurring, what I'm going to do here is now I can choose if I want an annual increase. So I want to say, oh, cool, let's go with a 10% increase. I can do it either monthly, quarterly, or annually. If I want to do it monthly, I'm going to select one of these dates. So the 1st, the 3rd, 15th, or the 25th. So I'm going to go with the 1st. I'm going to choose the bank account that needs to be debited. On SatrixNOW, very important also, when it comes to banking details, we don't accept third-party bank details. If this account is in the name of Waylon Leon Smith, the banking details needs to be in the name of Waylon Leon Smith. We don't do any third party. We can, however, set up third-party debit orders for minors. So F&B, cool, that's my information. I confirm that the bank details are correct. Accept the terms and conditions associated with debit order recurring investments, and I'm going to continue. So this is great. It gives you a nice little breakdown of your recurring investment and what you want to do. Satrix 40 debit order monthly on the first 10%, first payment date, trade value, and this will give you a nice breakdown of what it's going to cost as well for that recurring investment. I'm going to then add this to my recurring investment, and you will see I now have 2 recurring investments here. Okay. Now, let's just say I'm like, I need a little break from my debit orders. What I can do is I can go back to recurring investments. I want to manage my recurring investment. So I can either edit this or I can cancel it. So I'm going to cancel this one. Are you sure you want to cancel? Yes. All right. And that is how you cancel it. If you edit it, you can edit your amount, your percentage increase annually, or the date. Also very important to remember with recurring investments to have them set up at least 3 business days before the debit order run. So that is because we prepare our files on our side for the debit order run 3 days in advance. So if you do come in and you set up a debit order quick for tomorrow, unfortunately that debit order will only run for the next date that you have chosen. Okay. I'm going to go back to my menu. All right, so over here, we've got my pending instructions, new listings. So if there is a new IPO that comes out, you will find the new listings on this page here. Deposits we've done now, withdrawals. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at the account overview. So now I want to go and I want to sell, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't want to hold this ETF anymore. I want to get rid of it. I want to sell it, maybe buy something else, or I need the funds and I want to make a withdrawal. So again, you've got the different views. I'm going to use this one. There's the little cog wheel. You can click on that and you can say sell. Okay. Amount to sell. So you can choose how much you want to sell. So I just want to sell 5 Rand. Okay. Or you can choose your percentage and you can say, I want to sell now. So now I'm selling this ETF. Cool. And you will see the value that I have just sold has gone into my funds to invest. So that money just goes back into the wallet. And then from the wallet, you'll be able to invest in something else. Now, if we're looking at making a withdrawal, so selling your ETF, there is a minor waiting period, if I can put it like that. Once I've sold it now, so I have just sold this one, I will only be able to come back in 5 business days and make the withdrawal. So effectively, just because I've sold it now doesn't mean it's going to go back to my bank account. So now it's a 2-step process. So I've sold it. Now I'm going to wait for the cash to settle. Or if you want to invest, you can invest immediately again. But to make the withdrawal, you have to wait for the settlement period. If my funds have settled, 5 days later, I log back into my account. I come to withdrawal, and you will see the funds. So that's that's still my locked funds. That's the available funds. 5 days later, that R5 will be available here for me to withdraw. What I then do is I can then go and choose the amount that I want to withdraw and withdraw it back to my bank account. Again, no third-party banking details, only your own banking details can be here on this page. Okay. Alrighty, so let's quickly have a look at, so you've got your credit cards. So let's say you want to gift someone a little SatrixNOW voucher to get them going on their own investment journey, or for your brother or sister, husband or wife. What you can do is you can go to vouchers. So the icon's also up here. Go to vouchers. You can buy a voucher for someone. So I'm going to send this R2 to Ntombi. It's Ntombi's birthday on Thursday, by the way. Ntombi Dube, recipient email address dube@co.za. And here is a R2 for you to start investing in ETFs, because we all love a good ETF, guys, and SatrixNOW is full of them. Okay, so then you can send this gift. So Ntombi will then receive a nice little email with instructions on how to register for the account and instructions on how to redeem the account, voucher. So if I go to redeem a voucher, wait, yeah, there we go. She'll receive a voucher code, pop it in here, and the voucher will end up in the wallet over here, and she can start investing. All right. Okie dokie. So we have now worked through all of those. So let's have a look at some other functionality that we've brought with us from the migration. Previously, you were able to link your accounts to your husband, wife, kids, and that functionality is available on the SatrixNOW platform as well. So let's first look at associated accounts. So if you click on your icon over here again, you can link accounts. So you can link other accounts to this one, and you'll have access to either view the accounts, or you can transact. So there's different levels of linking the account. So first of all, I want to, let me just take one step back. So it's associated accounts. Then over here, you'll see Tembeka, who is the head of client services for Satrix. She's linked, and I can view her account. She can view my account. I want to go to link account. So this is where it's important. You need that first number, the SX123456, and then the last number. Remember I said your ZAR account or your normal SatrixNOW account has got its own trust account number, and the TFSA account has got its own trust account number. So here you'll need to have your wife or husband or kids first part of the account number and the second part of the account number, depending on which account you want to look at or have access to. So you can choose then view only, you can choose full access, view and execute transactions without approval, or you can choose view and execute transactions with approval. With approval, obviously, if you transact on the account, you'll basically impersonate whoever account you're linked to and be able to transact on that account. If you need approval, the account holder will receive the email to verify or authorize the transactions that's being made on the platform. But this is where you link your account and others. Distribution preferences. So you can look at my profile, my tax information, my identity, my cost change password, account preferences. Over here, you will choose what happens with your distribution. You can either get it out paid in cash. So if we do that, it goes back to the wallet over here. Okay, and you can do this function per trust account, so per normal account or per tax-free savings account. So if I want to say I want to pay the money into my cash account, in my ZAR account, okay, and then in my tax-free savings account, I want to automatically reinvest it, and you can do it like that. Okay. Right. FAQs. Cool. So we've got a whole world of frequently asked questions. You can start typing in here, deposits, and a list will come up. How do I deposit funds into my SatrixNOW account? Getting funds into your account. Deposit by credit card, source of funds. So let's just click on this one. And it gives you really nice step-by-step instructions. So if you're looking at, if you need any assistance or if you have any sort of questions around very much platform-specific transactions or anything like that that you want to do, use the help center. If you need assistance from one of the call center agents, what you can do is you can submit a query for us. So we have a wide range of different little work streams, if I can put it like that. So when you log a ticket through the help portal, you will then be able to say, okay, cool, I've got a FICA query, or I want to do a telephone trade, or I've got a corporate actions. You know what? Actually, my unit trust's been pending for a while. I want to know what's going on. So if you click on, let's say, deposit query, put in your SX account number, your email address, and then say my deposit is not showing. What will happen from here is your deposit query goes into a specific deposit query box, and we've got a whole deposit team just looking at those queries and making sure that we get to your deposit query as quickly as possible. So you are more than welcome to use that. There's our email address that you can use as well, and then our help desk center. Okay. Alrighty. So that's it. I see there's a few questions, so I'll start taking a few questions, and then we'll take it from there. What is the expense? The expense on buying and selling. So you will have access to the full. You will have access to the full cost profile, which I'm more than happy to send to you afterwards as well. But as you saw in the presentation, that the expense are very much presented to you upfront before you transact. Lawrence is asking, previously there were 2 platforms. Has everything now been moved to one platform? Satrix does have different platforms, but consolidating the AOS platform into SatrixNOW, so all the ETFs is now in one place, and we are offering unit trusts on the SatrixNOW platform as well. Tax-free savings account in the statement used indicated zero balance, similar to my own. Have all the records been transferred? Emil, yes, all the records have been transferred. If you did not have any TFSA holdings in the last financial year, so I didn't have, I only started for this platform here, it will be zero. But why don't you give us a call or pop us an email or log a ticket there, and we'll have a look for you. We do have Ntombi on the statements box, so she'll be able to assist you as quickly as possible. I'm getting an error that says I must be verified to perform this action. What could be the problem when trying to buy? The account is for a minor. What you can do is send us a query on FICA. There might be an issue with the verification. So on minor accounts, it's very much manual still. So we are working on making that process way better, more automated. So just pop us a mail with your query, and we'll get to it as soon as possible and get to the bottom of that issue for you. As a very new investor, how do you know where to invest? What are the differences in the ETFs? So, Nuala, that is a great question. I am not allowed to give you any sort of financial advice, but the access range is a great place to start because you have access to a lot of different indices now. So you've got the Satrix Top 40, you've got the world, and then you've got a money market, and then you've got a balanced unit trust as well. So that's a pretty good place to start. How to invest the funds to invest in the blue box? Okay, yes. So that little blue box, that's your wallet. The little blue box, once you start transacting, you will start seeing that the money in that blue box in your wallet gets less. When you sell, the money in your blue box will get more. So that is effectively just your wallet when the money goes in and out. Are the dividends exactly the same between the same ETF and TFSA? Patty, yeah. So the in the tax-free savings account, obviously you don't pay tax. So you've got a massive tax break there in the tax-free savings account, okay? But your distributions works the same. As to choose, some ETFs are higher risk. What is the difference between an ETF and the money market? Nuala, so money market is obviously a very lower risk, and there you just earn interest on the funds that you've invested in the money market. So money market is quite low risk, and the Satrix money market does provide quite a nice little return there. But on normal ETFs, remember the underlying companies in those ETFs is equity. So in the Satrix Top 40, you've got Naspers, BHP Billiton, and you've got all the top 50 companies in that ETF, which means that it's a little bit higher risk. Equity is a bit higher risk. Are you able to open a new account on this platform if you do not have an existing Satrix account? Yes, absolutely. You can register on the platform. You just go to SatrixNOW.co.za, and instead of logging in, you can just register. So you can register a new account. I have to sign. Thanks. Okay. Regarding the expense of online investment increases on a daily basis. Not 100% sure. Let me come back to that question. What is the historical growth of the tax-free account? Historical growth, I'm not 100% sure, but if you invest in the tax-free savings, remember the products are the same. So you get the Satrix 40 in the normal ZAR account, and then you have got the Satrix 40 and the tax-free savings account. So the underlying performance remains the same. It's just where the ETF is housed. So if you have the Satrix 40 in the normal ZAR account and the Satrix 40 in the normal TFSA account, you will see the performance is exactly the same. Except for in the tax-free savings account, you can only invest so much, and obviously you get a little bit of that tax incentive for investing in the tax-free savings account. In the platform, there's a switch form for unit trust. Does this mean that for ETS, I must first sell one and then buy the other? Tani, that's exactly what it means. You can only switch on the unit trusts. Switch your units from the Satrix money market to the balanced fund, for instance. So there you don't have to do a sell. So that all happens in the background. The ETF, because it's a listed instrument, you need to sell it and then you need to buy the other one. So effectively, that is your switch. Can you compare the S&P 500 and the MSCI? Yes, you can. You can do that here. So let me quickly share my screen. Over here, this is the one, right? Yeah. So if you want to compare products, you can compare products right here. S&P 500. Okay, so we're on that. Where is that little box now? You can make a comparison. Where is it? Don't be. Where do you? Sorry, I do not. Oh, select fund to compare. Here we go. So here is the Satrix. I want to compare. This is the Satrix Divi. Let's just compare that to the Satrix Property, for instance. And you'll see there's the Satrix Property. So you can do comparisons on the platform. Cool. I just want to see here. That's it. I've been investing for a couple of years in the RAFI 40. Has this now been replaced by another platform? No, Mr. Nell. So effectively, you were invested at iOS in the exact same product. What we've done is we've just brought your product over. It's not been replaced. The only thing that changed is the platform. So instead of the old manual process, the sending of emails and faxes and post, we have taken your account and just put it into this new online platform. So when you log in, you will see that your RAFI 40 is still very much intact and you shouldn't have any problems. How do I nominate a beneficiary on the tax-free savings account? Hope I do not ask a question you answered before. No, Ms. Lotte. So what effectively happens in the on the account, you won't be able to add a beneficiary, but the account as a whole will go into your estate, and that is where they will manage that. Okay, so we do have very thorough processes in place. So should anything negative happen, that's such a negative thing. I'm a student and not have tax number. Will I be able to be figured? Yes, absolutely. You are welcome to register your SatrixNOW account, and once you have registered, you can just say that I'm not a taxpayer. And this is the reason why. Exactly that, I am a student. Nuala, it's a pleasure. If I have invested in a product in the normal account, can I transfer to the tax-free account on the same product? Vincent, unfortunately not. So the tax-free savings environment looks at money in and money out, and only a transfer from one tax-free saving provider to a tax-free saving provider. So unfortunately, if you invested in the ZAR account into a product, we can't transfer that product to tax-free savings. need to disinvest and put money into the account. Okay. It's nicely. Okay. Oh, I can't access my portfolio because it says tax number invalid. You please need to just Tembisa, if you can pop us an email to help me at SatrixNOW, one of the agents will help you as soon as possible. I have a debit order every month. Do I need to do anything every month for my funds to be invested or automatically invested? If you set up a recurring investment at AOS, that investment will still continue. So you don't have to do anything. You can log in to the account and maybe have a look at it, but that is automatically done for you. Jonathan, capital gains versus trading from a tax point of view. How long must I hold a share before I can sell it without being considered as a trader? Is the same ruling applicable to something like a money market investment on your platform? So SatrixNOW is a long-term investment platform. So what you really want to do is you want to buy and contribute to your product of choice. You are absolutely able to buy and sell whenever you want to. As for the capital gains, you need to chat to a tax consultant, or you can get in contact with me and just say, attention, Waylon, and I can maybe put you in touch with someone. But SatrixNOW is an investment platform, so always think about it as a long-term plan. Since it's going to my estate, I end up paying more to my. So why can't I just leave the money to someone without the money going to the estate? I am not 100% sure on that. I don't know how to answer you. So what I'm going to do is I will look through your questions and then I will get some more clarity for you. Okay. Can I switch between different tax-free savings accounts, or will it count as a disinvestment? No. If you want to transfer from, let's say, one TFSA provider, asset manager one, and you want to bring it over to SatrixNOW, you're more than welcome to do it, just as long as that transfer is seen as a tax-free savings. It will not affect your limits at all because it's a transfer. And I think that is it. Oh, wait, here's more. When you have multiple ETFs, how do you transfer from one ETF to another without taking the money out? Okay, so you have to just sell the ETF and buy the other ETF. Mr. Bredekamp, what is the cash handling fee and how is this charged? Cash handling fee is charged on the interest earned on free cash. So there is a nice little breakdown of how that works on the cost profile as well. So I'll just look. I'm going to just note this and send you a little bit more information. Okay, that's fine. Can I have more than one Satrix account? Yes, you can have more than one Satrix account. No problem at all. However, please keep in mind your tax-free savings, your TFSA limit. So it doesn't matter if you have 6 SatrixNOW accounts. You cannot have more than 36,000 Rand combined per year. Okay. How far back do statements go? They go quite far back. If it is from AOS, Veronique. If it's from AOS, we do have access to those, so you can just ask us and we will provide them to you. So if it's not on the SatrixNOW platform and you were migrated, get in touch with us and we will definitely send it through to you. Is it more cost effective to invest in Satrix funds via SatrixNOW or easy equities? So remember, SatrixNOW only utilizes the technology of easy equities. The business models are completely separate, and both have very different business models. On easy equities, you obviously You obviously only have access to the ETFs and not unit trusts. So you really have to go and look at the differences between Easy Equities and SatrixNOW. I have R1,000 recurring investment in top 40, but now want to invest R500 in top 40 and R500 into Finny. Do I have to cancel the R1,000 and restart? Mr. Jones, you can do that. So what you can do is you can just cancel the debit orders, and then you can set up the recurring investment into the top 40 and into the Finny. Are you working on a SatrixNOW app? It's a secret. It's a secret. Very exciting, guys. Yeah, so we are working on this on the app, and it's bound to hit your cell phones very soon. But what I can do is I can maybe share. Where is this now? Do I have it? I do. Where is it? Yeah. So very shortly, we are in testing phases, so it's quite exciting. So I'll do this. So the Satrix app is on its way, but we are just sorting out still a few things. Very exciting indeed. If I'm a student and not have a tax number, will I be FICA'd? Yes, you will. Can I open kids? Can I open Satrix accounts for my little kids on the online platform? If so, what's needed and how do I do it? Malusi, what you can do for me, please, is you can go to the help center, go and search minor accounts, and all of the information will be there. Okay. What is the tax-free savings used for? Tax-free savings is used for saving 36,000 Rand per year and getting the benefits of not paying any tax on your capital gains, on your interest earned, etc. So it's quite a nice little additional retirement plan that you can work out. And SARS can't touch any funds or capital gains that you make in the tax-free savings account. Hi, how do I go about to get assistance from a broker to optimally invest the funds that is monthly invested? Mr. Smuts, we do have a no. Yeah, so the SatrixNOW platform is quite self-managed. So there is an option for you to appoint a broker that can assist you, or a financial planner. We do have a very lovely lady that I can also maybe put you in touch with. So Dion Smith, I am just going to email you and then get you some more information. Okay. All right. Can I send money from an existing account to the new account created? Mr. Nell, can I transfer money from existing account to new account created? You can transfer from your bank account to the okay, I see what you mean. Okay, so you have two SatrixNOW accounts, and you want to do a transfer from the one account to the other account and just use one account, if I understand correctly. We can facilitate that transfer for you so that all your holdings and cash is consolidated. Do I have an investment? But I'm unable to register for SatrixNOW access accounts. Every time I require password, it says it's invalid. What am I supposed to do? So Soza, try and do a password reset. If the password reset doesn't work, pop us a mail. Mishak, I know the app is going to be so cool. Have invested in grandchildren's accounts with different surnames to mine previously one. I'm going to just send you my email address and you can get in touch with me and I am going to assist you because I'm not 100% sure how. Great. Cool. All right. If there's no more questions, please have a fantastic day. And then we will have the next session next week, Tuesday, again, just purely platform. And we will go through all of the platform functionality again, maybe touch a little bit on the unit trust side of things. Teresilda asked another question. The maximum amount you can put into your account per tax year is currently 36,000. The lifetime of 500. Interest can complete tax investment. I know allows you to nominate. I'm going to definitely get that answer for you. If you have the ability to nominate a beneficiary, it must be a policy. Oh, David, thank you. Cannot nominate a beneficiary for a unit trust. Okay. All right. Any other question? Can I link their accounts to mine? Yes, you can. Can I invest, transfer, withdraw from their accounts? You can invest, do transfers, but if you want to do a withdrawal, please, William, make sure that the account details are in their names. I know previously we did not, or previously at the previous administrator, you could withdraw funds into different accounts. SatrixNOW, we need banking details in the name of the account holder for withdrawals. But yes, William, you can link. All right. If there's nothing else, I think that's it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this session was super helpful and that everyone has a little bit of a better understanding about what the platform is all about, and also how we, how we are aiming to really make a huge difference in everyone's lives by providing access, the palm of your hand, on the web, self-managed. Cool. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate your time.